26 days after their daughter, a young doctor, was raped and murdered at the RG Kar Hospital and College in Kolkata, the parents of the victim joined the protesters on the streets of Kolkata for the first time. So far, you've seen them speaking on camera, giving interviews, but this is for the first time that the mother and father of that young doctor came out onto the streets and joined protesters. Last evening, viewer, the parents also made a very, very grave claim. They said that they were offered money by a Kolkata police official just after the crime came to light. They don't talk about what it was for. They don't talk about why it was given. All they say is that they declined this offer of money. Now, the Trinamool Congress, which rules West Bengal, has been quick to jump, surprise, surprise, at the media, calling the media vultures and labeling the media as a bunch of liars for reporting what the parents of a dead doctor had to say, uncoerced, unrehearsed, unscripted. They, in their grief, were saying this on camera. But now the Trinamool, holding a press conference, has put out another video. The video you see on this side of your screen, blurred obviously. It's an undated video. We don't know when this video was shot. The same parents, the parents of the young doctor who was raped and murdered, where they say that there was nothing like that. No bribe was given, no money was offered of any kind. Now, we don't know the date of this video. India Today's Indrajit Kundu says it's an old video that was released yesterday by the Trinamool Congress. But this video was made live on television among the protesters by the parents yesterday. So I'm wondering which is the correct version. Is the Trinamool basically using an old video to suggest that the parents have either changed their version, or worse, that the parents are somehow liars, or even worse, that the parents are somehow compromised by the vulture media, as the Trinamool likes to describe all journalists reporting doggedly on one of the worst crimes we've seen in a very, very long time? Or is it something worse? We don't know just yet. All we know here, and especially on India Today, is that we've reported both things. We've reported what the parents have said last night, and we've reported what the Trinamool has put out today without a date. Remember, our reporters on the ground say it's an old video. So here's a question for you to think about. Are the parents being coerced? Are the parents under any kind of pressure? Does yesterday's soundbite by the parents override anything that they've said before? Was yesterday's claim by the parents said with free will, unlike a different soundbite which may have been said under duress? These are all questions that I am asking, and they are not loaded questions. They are not rhetorical questions, because, viewer, the parents, for 26 days now, 26 days since their daughter died, their claims have been very, very grave. They first talked about how they were told that their daughter had committed suicide. This initially was denied completely. Then the story became that the Kolkata police had never made this call. Then it became clear from tapes that they had indeed been told that their daughter had committed suicide, though it was from someone in the hospital and not the Kolkata police. Their claim that the body of their daughter was cremated in a hurry was blatantly refuted by the Trinamool and its MPs. Even last night, the parents repeated that claim. They wanted to preserve the body for longer, but there seemed to be an unseemly rush to cremate the body of their daughter. They've repeated the claim. They've stuck to what they've said from day one. They have not changed their stance on that aspect at all. And there are many more things, which leads one to wonder whether there is a low-key effort, not in your face because that would be too blatant. Is there a low-key effort by those who hold power in West Bengal to somehow discredit the parents? Is there a low-key effort by labeling the media as vultures to somehow label the parents as liars? Would the parents of a young woman who has died in the most horrific possible way, lie about such things as the cremation of their daughter, that the time they were kept waiting, or the fact that they had been offered money, things that should be fairly easy to prove or disprove? Or have the parents found themselves now trapped in an angry and unrelenting crossfire that has necessarily become very, very political? Now remember, the Trinamool Congress in Bengal has for weeks on end been in terrible denial about the nature of these protests. They have labeled it as political from the word go, and that was a cardinal error, because even last night when the parents came out and when they spoke and said that money had been offered to them, they were surrounded by doctors. They were surrounded by the young people of Kolkata, and there was nothing political about it. When the protests have been political, they have been unashamedly political, and India today will never ever hesitate to call out what is political and what is not. The question now is, are the parents now being made scapegoats? Is there a campaign to discredit the parents of a girl who was raped and murdered 27 days ago? Are they also now on the anvil with the political sledgehammer hanging over their heads? The question to the powers that be in Bengal is this: even after all these days, can they be so arrogant as to label the media as vultures while trying to make the public believe that they're not trying to discredit the parents?